thank everyone for coming in to see Freudian Eyebrow and coming here to Raleigh Studios, which you know is the longest continuous running production studio in the United States. Charlie Chaplin first started with his movies here, and that was, of course, with Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. So this has got an old tradition for the beginning of Hollywood, even though the first Hollywood films were, we call them Hollywood films, but were actually shot out in Florida. And because of all the stress to the merchants out there, they were passing laws making it difficult to do production in Florida. And Southern California, Los Angeles, was where Hollywood then took all their movies to. And now when we think about a film, we think about Hollywood movies. Also now in this 21st century, with the economy the way it is, we know that a lot of big budget films and the way things that were spent beforehand are now becoming more economical and minimizing costs in every way, and there's also concerns about the environment. This movie was what we call the SPIF film, which stands for Speed Process for Improving Feature Films. What we did is we economized the production, we economized all aspects of it to be able to shoot a movie which had a over 90-page script, which would typically take about 3 weeks to shoot under great conditions and only 4 days. As I met with the cinematographer and our line producer, Shea, who was right in on the beginning, everyone that, when we mentioned 4 days, they laugh. In fact, Shea was saying that he thought he was on like some kind of candid camera or punked, because he kept looking around for the camera. What do you mean 4 days? Because that's nearly unheard of. So being able to shoot this in 4 days was quite an amazing feat. And what it testifies to is the ability to economize movies, to be able to plan out everything, to get as much in place. This is a SPIF ultra extreme movie, so it's not something that's likely to be done, except under very specific conditions where you have a limited number of locations, a limited number of changes, no real special effects, and you'll see that in the movie. Also, in this movie, now in the 21st century, what you're seeing a lot more of is movies on the internet. You're able to download feature films on cable, on satellite. People are watching films on their iPod. By the end of this year, this film will be on Amazon.com, so you will be able to get it on DVD. You'll also soon be able to get it on your iPod by going to iTunes. And we have submissions, because one of the things that independent films do, and this being an independent film, is they do something called a film festival circuit. And our plan was to try and get it in for the Berlin Film Festival. And unfortunately, because of all the mixed media that we did here, we shot it both with 35 millimeter Ariflex film, and we also shot it with high definition film. It took a lot longer to process and to color correct and get a lot of things done on it. So we weren't able to finish it in time to have a theater-ready piece for Berlin. So we submitted it for the Los Angeles Film Festival. Los Angeles Film Festival is in June, and also the Cine Vegas Film Festival, which is also a week or two beforehand. They haven't released who's going to be in that movie, or what films are going to be in that movie, and we're hoping ours will be in there as well. We've also got some individuals here that are passing along the DVDs to people at Showcase Entertainment, at Warner Brothers, at Samuel Goldwyn, and Universal Studios for possible worldwide distribution and theater access. So I hope you enjoyed the film. The film's about 1 hour and 21 minutes. Technically, it would be rated about a PG, although we haven't submitted it to MPAA for the ratings. So that's it, and enjoy the film. Afterwards, we're having coffee and cake outside. We'd like to get your reactions. You see we have a videographer here and a person that's doing interviews and a photographer. We'd like to get your comments so that we can put them up on the website. This is a private screening. This isn't the actual premiere, but this is a screening for cast and crew members and family and friends to come and see what we've been working on and where we've been all this time. So thank you very much. So go ahead, roll the film. Bathrooms are downstairs.
Hi, we have Shea Farrell here. Is that correct?
It is very correct.
And is it correct that you were the line producer experience on this film?
It was a wonderful experience. It was daunting to begin with. Stephen and Ulf, who's the director of photography, we got together and we talked about this process of doing a film, a 90-odd page film in 3 days, using two different mediums, both the digital and film. So it was rather daunting to try to get all the pieces together, but with a great cast, a great crew, we seemed to just tug along quite well.
So basically everything fell together in 3 days.
Well, 3 days and change. I think we did it in 3 or 4 days. It was pretty amazing.
Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it, and then we will get the reactions of the film afterwards.
As I am, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Dan Marfisi, and I compose the music for Freudian Opera.
Oh, wow, because that's what I was going to say that I was particularly impressed with. I mean, I'm not trying to kiss him. I
Go
really
ahead.
was. Go ahead and kiss butt. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, other than the music, what stands out in your mind about the film?
Just the essence of the whole thing, the dreaminess, the kind of the, what I refer to it as a Tangerine Dream sort of scape, which is a musical group from the 70s that were very, very drugged. And the whole movie was kind of a haze.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt about it.
That's what I tried to bring to it.
And you did. You did, absolutely. And what do you think about that all being done in 4 days?
Well, I had to do everything in 8.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you so much. Saw it. What is your reaction?
Well, I was really surprised at how much people were laughing throughout the movie. I knew that there was a lot of funny things in it, but not as many as people were laughing at, so that's really cool. And I realized also afterwards that it didn't say as much about the reversals, like Les Nopar being Rapunzel and Finazite being Hypnotized, and a lot of the other hidden features that were in the movie. But I was just so glad to hear everybody laughing at different points without having to prompt. It came out very positively. I was a little worried about the end because the endings, as you know, is a little surprising. So it was kind of quiet at the end, and the rest of it kind of moved on. People started laughing, and so I was glad that it didn't drop dead at the end. People started laughing.
Yeah. Okay, great.
All right.
So I'm glad that you're pleasantly surprised. I think everybody is.